The sounds and the grooves within the minimal deep tech genre are often gatekept by the artists, leaving beginner producers struggling to know how to make those groovy but stripped drums and that deep, rumbling sub bass. But thankfully, artists like White Off have released sample packs like this. So in today's video, I'm going to give away all my secrets for making minimal deep tech grooves using White Off sample pack. Quick disclaimer, this is not a paid advertisement for White Off sample pack. I'm doing this video of a recommendation of one of you. So if you have any other videos you would like to see on the channel, let me know in the comment section below. I check all of them and I respond to every message. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button as well for weekly content just like this. So now we're inside Ableton. You can see the White Off sample pack off to the left-hand side. This sample pack was released by IQ Sounds. If you've been around this channel for a while, you'll know I'm a big fan of these IQ Sounds sample pack. We're going to primarily use the White Off one for this one. First things first, we're going to find a loop that I can just build a bit of a groove off of. Just something that grabs my attention within the sample pack. So we'll have a flick through and find some loops. And I just liked that first bar. So all I'm going to do is shorten this down to 1 bar. There's already a nice vocal I liked. That one there. I'm going to put that on a separate channel. Start getting some of these loops playing to build a bit of a vibe. This one here, I'm going to sample. So we're going to slice this to MIDI and then we can drag this one over here, go to drums. And what it's going to do is going to try and replicate the MIDI. And of course we could do with getting a kick in. So let's go to the drum one shots and find a nice kick from the pack. So what you're looking for with this deep tech sound is a nice clean kick with quite a harsh transient or knock. So something like that would work well. And that would work as a top layer for the kick. I quite like this one though. It's very deep and very low. And we could always duplicate this and then use the other one shot to layer in a click. And a nice touch as well is to add an accent kick in. So by an accent kick, I mean a kick with a groove. So when a kick goes boom, 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 or something along those kind of lines. Now you could always do this within your actual kick itself. So you could shorten this and add in an extra kick there. You could do this on the click like we've got. For this track, I'm actually going to go for a slightly different kick just to get a different tone and a slightly different vibe. So remember, when you're choosing your kick, that is fundamentally one of the most important parts of any house track. It's really the heartbeat that leads the entire track. So make sure you spend some time and pick a good one. The great thing about this pack is there's some fire kick straight away. And if I listen to them all together now. So another workflow hack for the minimal deep tech is the fundamental core groove. Now, when you're listening to deep tech and it's got all of these random glitches and crazy synths and sound effects going on, you actually don't realize that there is an underlying groove carrying the whole track. Typically, this is anywhere from 1 to 2 bars in repetition. And my liking is to use samples and loops to do this. This is exactly why I reached for these sounds earlier on with this one and this one here. And I'm just going to emphasize certain areas of that 1-2 bar loop, build on that core groove, and that will just play pretty much throughout the entire track. So I think this one straight off the bat could be used with a loop. Maybe some kind of phaser would be nice just to give it a bit more modulation, a bit more movement. Let's take a listen to that in the groove. And I think I want this on a rhythm. So what this allows us to do is be in time with the groove. So you see the tap tempo is now changed to 128, which is our project is at. And then you can select the note on how the groove will work. So I'm thinking 1/4 or 1/8. We'll take a listen, see what we think. That's nice. And then the chorus, the micro shift is adding that width to the sound now. I want to add more variation to this sound with movement in the feedback. So I'm going to do this by actually getting into the arrangement view now and getting it recorded into there. So now we've just brought everything into the session view, and I'm going to duplicate this out over to 8 bars. We're going to go to the loop that we we're just working on, and we're going to go to our So now we've got our core groove in, we can focus on getting some more little random variation hits in there. So we already have one loop that we found previously that I like the sound of. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to drag and drop this into our arrangement. And certain areas where I like it, I'm just going to cut it out. So like that bit there, for example, I really liked it. Then what we can do with the remainder loop is just leave it random in certain places like this. This is clearly not where this loop is meant to start in this section. But what this might allow to happen is a happy accident. We could play this and one of those percussive hits in this loop could just sound really good as it is. Production sometimes isn't super methodical. It's just allow yourself to create, and whatever happens, happens. Like there, for example. I don't know what that was, but it was cool. Let's go back into the sample pack and find some more ear candy to add to the groove. So there's actually an ear candy folder here with lots of random sounds. Which is pretty nice. So like that sounded quite cool there. Maybe try pitch it down. Maybe tighten up the transients. This style and this genre is all about the little details. So don't think you're wasting your time by adding something so subtle like this. Once it compounds and you start getting these 1% differences and you add multiple of them, you'll actually have a really massive and impactful difference to your groove. So just like that end bit. Same with this one, and we can maybe make something from this, reverse it. Maybe swap these around, that'd probably make a bit more logical sense. More noticeable one at the end of the 8, this one more towards here. So certain parts in that one that just sounded good as they are. So I think that if we consolidate this and tighten up the transient, so I like this one, and I think just on the end is going to be a cool little thing to add, because it plays off of this sound very nicely. So there's loads of cool ones in this, so we can use a MIDI slice technique. So if we just go to MIDI, and then we can go grab the sample, slice it to MIDI, and what you can always go and do is grab an arpeggiator and put it to random and see if it makes anything interesting. So just random, see if this does anything interesting. So there's a cool little sound effect in there. So I'm just going to bounce that. So Command B. And that's a really nice trick to get some more of that random elements in there. Back into the sample pack, and then maybe find some one-shots or even effects. So let's start with the effects. Let's see what's in here. That might be cool reversed. Shift and R and see if that works. So what I'm going to do is divide by 2, and you can see that will double time it. So let's go into our percussion one-shots. And if we go MIDI, get an empty drum rack and drag all of these into a drum rack, we can now start playing some of these in. So you can see how much attention I was putting to the detail of a track and just moving things around so there's no clashing sounds. Everything kind of has its own space and it makes sense. So for example, like this one here, I've moved there. And then this one here, I've moved back slightly. Sometimes space in a groove makes things groovier, especially within minimal deep tech. When you want that stripped sound, it's very easy to get carried away with just adding more sounds, but you kind of want a bit of a space just to feel the groove better. So now let's work on building out some drums. So first thing I want to do is find another clap layer. I'm going to insert a MIDI and program in the MIDI, and then we can try multiple different claps. So I'm really liking number 4, and I could maybe use number 6 as an accent clap. We could put an effect on it, and I'm going to use this delay, turn the time, and then change it to around like 30 milliseconds. And then I'm going to add a secondary clap in. I'm going to use one of the shorter claps, and I'm going to use this to add a bit more groove. I'm really going to be using it quite like a snare, to be honest. And just get a bit of variation in there on the 8-bar phrase. So maybe see if there's another vocal we could use in this pack.
I feel so... Yeah. Jealous.
Maybe if we put something like Little Altar Boy on this one and really make it sound a bit odd and distorted. And maybe make it wider as well with something like PS22 XSplit. This is a really good plugin for adding stereo width. Very natural modulation to it. And really, I think the last piece of the puzzle for the groove is some hi-hats. So for this, I'm going to go and use a drum rack, and then go to the drum one-shots from the pack, and go and grab all the hat one-shots. It's a really nice groove for those ones, but just keeping it simple because we've built that core groove so well. We don't want to distract the listener from too many other elements. So let's maybe just see if there's a drum loop with maybe the hats that we could just use in the second half of this loop to build up some energy. Maybe this one. That will work, especially if we tighten up the transients. So now we need to program in the bass. So for this, I'm going to go and use Sub Boom Bass and find a nice sub preset. I have nothing against using pre-made loops. I just personally prefer having the flexibility and the option to program in my own bass. I often find that it sparks new ideas of how I can progress the track later on. And the first thing I want to do is just get the melody right, because the groove we've got is so good. I need to make sure the bass line really matches that. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to find one of the first sounds we put in, which was this one, and I'm going to copy this down to here. And I'm going to use this as my building blocks for the bass line. And I'm going to put a really aggressive sidechain on this. The preset I've opted for in Sub Boom is Sub 80 Boosted, which is one of the first ones in the sub bass preset. Real nice low end weight to this one. So now we've got a really sick groove. Let me tidy up the project and we can take a proper listen to what it's sounding like. So now our project's nice and tidied and I've put a few sound effects in place. Let's take a listen to the full groove that we've made. And just like that, we've made a minimal deep tech loop. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to go and subscribe. We post content like this weekly. And if you enjoyed the content even more, you can go and join Serotonin Studio with our free trial. We have over 150 videos in here walking you through how to make minimal deep tech music. Anyways, I'll catch you in another video very soon.